faceted teapot?
I'm pushing my luck.
So,
But if I fail, the good thing about failing is that I don't have to finish it.
so what is faceting?
You will soon be a faceting aficionado. It's cutting slices off the side. Alright, so first thing, center. And I'm going to make this guy fairly narrow. Because I'm going to facet, I'm going to leave the walls thicker than normal. Alright. So I'm going to open as I always open, with my thumb, making a nice V-shaped opening. Because I don't want to have to trim it, I'm going to take it down to a finished thickness of about 1/4 of an inch. I don't have my tools organized for prime time here. Thank you.
Just getting the crud off the end for you.
Thought you were just faking me out. Little deeper. Alright, and I'm going to put a nice corner in the bottom so I don't leave extra weight down there. But I'm not going to open it too far. About 2.5 inches or so. And I'm going to pull up nice and even. And leaving it thick. Maybe just 2 folds. Make sure it's uniformly about 1/2 inch thick. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is set up to do the faceting. I'm going to take my lip and kind of bend it in so that I can cut slices off. I'm going to make myself a little reference line so I know where to cut from. And then I'm going to take slices with a cheese cutter. And I'm hoping that I'm about maybe 40% in from the outside. And I can't tell by looking straight up and down, but what I can do is look from the side and watch that the lines that are forming in the cuts are staying roughly parallel. That's a good guess that I'm staying an even distance in from the outside. And I like to cut in the cardinal directions first, north, south, east, west. Take your time and get this really even. It'll make it stretch a lot easier. I should have stopped and ribbed the walls nice and flat before I started doing this. Ideally, everything is cut. You don't leave any little flats. But I'm still using my reference mark. One more cut. I usually do 8, just because it's easy to lay out. Okay, now for the fun. I'm going to stretch this guy out. And I've got a little sharrow rib. Should get in there easily. Really slow release. Going, it'll get too funny and brittle, so I'm going to go ahead and split the rim now while it's still a little bit sturdy, and then I'll try to blow it out a little bit more.
when we did faceting in another class before, and when we stretched it, it really twisted, and this one doesn't seem twisted much at all. So what determines that?
More stretch will make for more twist. I'm hoping to get more twist.
Okay, you're just going to do the rim first before you get to that stage. Okay.
I don't want to get it too fragile, so I'm going to just kind of lift this back up again now, so I can get at it to split it. If you can do this, just think how easy it's going to be to make a normal teapot.
So we can fail miserably in this one and then feel good about ourselves when we do.
Okay, so here's the split. The move is you lock the knife between the thumb and the side of the fist and stick out your training wheels. Put your other training wheels on the other side. And then just split it in half. And then I'll use the feel of the tool to flatten the gallery down horizontal. Maybe I won't go all the way down. Keep it out of my way while I'm stretching. I always like the vertical part to angle a little bit outward to make it easier to get the hand in, or to get the lid on. Yeah, let me reach in there and stretch it a little bit more before I fix the lid, that final bit. Now I got to reach under the gallery to do my stretching. Slow release. See if we got a little twist. Little bit. Not bad. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and drop this thing down flat. So I'm not pushing, I'm just rolling.
Could you have just left it split but not roll down at all before you stretched it?
Probably, yeah. And then get the ShamWow. Do I throw it on the floor? Ah, here it is. Thank you. I'm going to sham this edge a little bit and probably pick up the vertical piece and lay it out a little bit more because I think it'll look nice on that lip, but I'm going to try not to knock my corners. I'll do the inner one first. I'm hooking my left index finger up underneath that gallery so I can compress it horizontally back towards the vertical bit, and then I'll wrap around this and just kind of lay it out a little bit. It's alright. Never resist messing with them. Yeah, and then I regret it because I touched my corners. And then last step, I'm going to try to cut a really neat cut in with the foot. I'm going to make kind of a false foot. I may end up wanting a little trimming later before I put any kind of spout or handle on it.
What did you do just there? I mean, how did
I just kept my hand really, really steady and cut straight in and kind of created a foot. I didn't want to leave all those little pieces where I had faceted. It's really lovely to trim a foot on something that's faceted because the line where the facets meet the trimmed surface kind of undulates and looks beautiful. Alright. Pull off that little ring of badness. So you can get an idea of the final shape there. And it's fun. You know, it kind of gives you a suggestion of where to put the spout and handle. If you're going to do a side handle, you do it two facets over from where the spout is. So that's the body. We'll make the lid next.